All right, welcome to day 3. Today is all about action, and action is what keeps us moving forward. In fact, in action, when we stop moving forward, what happens is it signifies decline. It signifies us moving backwards, and a lack of action often is considered a movement towards death. So, we're going to talk about how you can be constantly moving forward today. This is about bridging the gap between your vision and making it reality. Now, there's 3 main topics that I want to discuss today, and the first one is habit formation. You may have heard of something called the habit loop. Cue, routine, reward. It's a simple 3-step process, and how you can establish new habits that support your goals. The first thing you want to do is identify a small actionable habit that aligns with your larger goal. So for example, let's say your goal is to become healthier or become more fit. If your goal is to do that, you will probably incorporate fitness. So a cue for that would be laying out your workout clothes the night before and having them ready to go if you're going to work out in the morning. Or let's say you're going to come home and go to the gym after work. Having everything ready to go to get to the gym is going to be your cue. Okay. Keep it small. Start small. Don't try to go and run a marathon when you've never ran a kilometer, right? Or a mile. So let's say it's a 10-minute routine, quick workout, then reward yourself. And the reward could be a healthy smoothie, not an ice cream though. Don't step yourself backwards, right? You want to keep moving forward. So make sure if you're rewarding yourself, you're doing it in a good way. Okay. And this is something that people use at all levels. In fact, professional athletes will do this. They'll reward themselves with certain ways just to keep motivated to stay on task. Okay. Now, motivational strategies. Using techniques such as micro goals, okay? Having a reward system, but also having an accountability partner, someone who's going to help you move forward. Sharing that goal with someone you totally trust. You don't necessarily need to share it with the entire world. In fact, most coaches will recommend you not do that because not everyone really is A, cares, but B, cares for your best interest. Okay. So if you're going to share that goal with someone who's really close to you and that you trust, and ask them to hold you accountable, maybe it means checking in with you on a regular basis to make sure you're still doing it or you've completed it for the day, however that looks. You can break larger projects or larger goals into very small tasks. And then you reward yourself with an activity after completing a task. So let's just say, for example, you want to clean out the garage. You could break your garage down into sections. Let's say you break it down into 4 sections, section 1, 2, 3, and 4. Every time you complete a section, you reward yourself by maybe going to watch a movie, or maybe you do it by buying yourself a treat, or um, whatever makes you happy. And you don't want to get too carried away with the rewards because A, you don't want to break the bank, and you don't want to have very lofty or high expectations. Okay. Think of it like, let's say you're asking a younger child to do something and you're going to reward them. If you ask your child to help clean up the house, you're not going to reward them by buying them a new car, right? You're going to buy them something that's sensible and reasonable, and you want to do the same for yourself. Okay. And lastly, resilience building. I'll go back to sports. There's no sports team that I know of who's never lost a game, or no athlete who's always hit every shot or made every target. Setbacks are going to happen. In fact, setbacks are the biggest things that we can learn from, not just for growth and development, but for understanding how we can move forward in a better way. So when challenges show up, be compassionate towards yourself. Don't beat yourself up for not succeeding. Instead, focus on what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What are the pieces I can take from this so that the next time I do it, I can do it better? Make sense? Now, a couple of slides I've put in for you today is to just elaborate a little bit more on SMART goals so you can understand this. But an example of a SMART goal, just so you're staying in touch with your goals, or if you're adding new ones, an example would be by the end of this 5-day fulfillment course, I will have identified my top 3 core values and set a specific goal aligned with these values and implement a daily habit that supports this goal. Simple, but it's very clear and specific. And that's what you want to make sure is that you're very clear and specific when it comes to your goal. My coach taught me a very long time ago that when you write your goal out, write it as if a 5-year-old would understand it. Make it simple. Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, roadblocks, setbacks are going to happen. This page here is for you to think about when these setbacks happen, when roadblocks come up, what you can do and how you can shift. All right, let's look at today's reflective exercise. The first, I want you to identify one habit that supports your goal and commit to practicing it daily. And then reflect on a recent obstacle or challenge you faced. How did you overcome it? And what did you learn by overcoming it? Today's action step is create a simple daily action plan. At the end of each day, review your progress and adjust as needed. The key word is adjust. You don't need to bite off more than you can chew. Break your larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks and then prioritize them. Use a planner, a digital tool, or just your journal to track your daily actions and look at, hey, what worked and what didn't? What can be improved on and what did you do really well? And that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you on day 4. Again, any questions, reach out. Talk to you soon.